coming at you with another fireside beer review. That's right. Today I've got one that I just pulled out. It was 54 degrees in storage, probably 55 by now. It is the Miles Davis Bitches Brew from Dogfish Head Craft Brewery out of Milton, Delaware. And this is a classic at this point in my mind. Such a unique beer. This is probably the 2013. I didn't have it dated, but I'm pretty sure that's when I stuck this one away. It's a big Imperial Stout at 9% ABV, but there are a few unique things about this. The beer was first made in 2010 in honor of the 40th anniversary of the original album released of Bitches Brew, considered one of Miles Davis's paradigm-shifting landmark breakthroughs that came out in 1970. How's that for a mouthful? But the beer is equally unique. So it's actually a blend of two different beers. A very roasty Imperial Stout, and the second is a Tej. A Tej is an African honey beer, and they used geisha root to bitter it rather than hops. So it sounds pretty fun to me. I've been looking forward to trying this one. Let's get her cracked open. I really would love to try a Tej beer once. I do like braggots, so a honey beer would be very fun. Oh wow, look how dark that is. Isn't that something? Take a peek. I mean, we're talking, it's just, I mean, look how dark the head is. I mean, that's like a mocha colored head on there. That's just amazing. I've got a light source here. Absolutely nothing is coming through whatsoever. Let's get the nose. Okay, first off, I got some unique spiciness coming through. Kind of threw me. I wasn't ready for that. I got some like espresso on it, a light chocolate going on, but very roasty. Okay, but I'm getting like these honey type scents coming off of it. Not really like molasses, and almost bready. Man, it's just a very unique sweetness coming off of it. Hard to describe. There's like a light licorice or anise, and it's just like a semi-sweet chocolate. Rather than coffee, I'd say more like a rich espresso kind of a scent. I'm getting some booziness for sure, which is interesting after all this time. A little bit of a medicinal type booziness, but it's more towards that really rich espresso with like some interesting honey sweetness on it, and like I said, it's like a rich, like a dark semi-sweet chocolate. I mean, those are probably the bigger components. All right, it's at a good temperature right now, so I'm going to dive in and taste it, and we'll maybe come back to some nose. Cheers. Oh, what a beautiful temperature. I usually start much colder, but this is great. Mid-50s. That's wonderful. This is just at the moment is I think it's on the light end of a full mouthfeel. The body's beautiful. Just coated my mouth wonderfully. I just love the feel of this going down. It's somewhat creamy, lightly silky. The honey with everything else, like a light molasses and honey. I get both really. The whole thing is just going down so smooth. A smooth, roasty, chocolatey quality. I'm just digging on it. You're getting like some light, dark fruits on there. I get a little bit of like some fig quality and raisin quality on there. A bit of vanilla going on, which is really nice. But that chocolate is just wonderful. I feel like I'm getting almost like a little bit of a milk chocolate too. I'm getting like all these variations of chocolate. Like a kind of a fudgy brownie, except for that it's more of a dry taste. So it's like the cocoa powder type qualities going on. A lot of variation there. Makes me think of like a hot cocoa in some ways too. I'm going to take a little time to enjoy this because this is just wonderful. I'm going to tell you what, Miles Davis Bitches Brew from Dogfish Head with age. This is good. I'll be back. I'm so enjoying this. Other things I picked, I mean, I feel like the mouthfeel is actually very full. It's just beautiful. Kahlua Barb even took a sip, and that's not really like her. And she said it was just thick, you know. And it truly is. Maybe age has done something for this. I feel like at some points I get a little bit of like just a hint of a cherry quality, and the bittering on this that is just so different with that geisha root being part of that. I feel like the geisha root just gives it a really rich, earthy quality to ground the beer, and it's nice. I think of like bark or something. It's just unique. I don't know what else to say. It's not the same as just hops. There's two bittering things going on. There's hops and that geisha root. And it gives it just, there's like some light spiciness. I don't know if that comes from the geisha root or not. The molasses type qualities are there, but that honey tempers it and changes it. So it's not the normal strong molasses that I normally get. It's like a lot smoother in quality with the honey aspect. And that's what I really want to emphasize. I mean, it's a 9% beer, but it's so smooth, it's so rounded in all of its flavors and qualities, from the chocolates and the espresso and your dark fruit aspect. What's unique about this is that it's an Imperial Stout. It's not a barrel-aged Imperial Stout, which can kick in all kinds of things between the alcohol and the effects of the barrel and everything else. They just used some unique ingredients with a regular old Imperial Stout, and they made something fabulous. It makes me think in terms of something like Marshall Zukov, which is an amazing beer by Cigar City, but it's not barrel-aged. I think that Dogfish Head did something fantastic here with this Bitches Brew. I've got to give it a really high ranking in terms of design on Imperial Stout that is not barrel-aged. I'm giving it a 98. I think it's just fabulous. Overall, I'm going to drop, but I'm not going to drop a lot. 96 overall. Fabulous beer. Here it is again. It is the Miles Davis Bitches Brew from Dogfish Brewing out of Milton, Delaware. This is one great beer. If you've never tried this, I believe they're still producing this. I know it started in 2010. I got this years later. This is Kevin at Clemens Homebrew saying life is too short to drink cheap beer, and I'll see you in the next beer review.